Nick Folk ready to do the honors. And away we go from Nashville. On the return, here's Tyreek Hill. Uh-oh, it's a fumble on the opening kick. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. Ooh, got the hearts racing a little earlier than they wanted. My heart's racing up here, but fortune on their side this time, partner, as they do get the ball back and are going to have their opening possession after all.
Yeah, definitely spooks you a little bit, and you got to now make sure as an offense you settle things down. Maybe a good reminder, too, in the huddle. Hey, boys, let's make sure we take care of this football.
Ready.
They'll start the drive with A-Chan. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down carry for A-Chan. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Tunga Bailoa. Here's pressure, and he is dropped by the Titans. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
They still need 10, but the offense getting set on 4th down. They're going for this. And they got home, sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Like 49.
The first carry here for Tony Pollard. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 2nd and 3 now. Again, a run with Pollard. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Throwing is Levis on 3rd down. This throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Pollard gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Titans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. From his own end zone, here we go. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
All right, come on.
Here's A-Chain up the middle. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They run the counter to A-Chan. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're looking down a 3rd and 3. Tua off the play fake. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Titans take possession of the football. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did. I feel so bad, I really do, and I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Working quickly here. First and 10, it's Pollard. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
The give on second to Pollard. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. The Titans trying to make some noise before halftime. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down.
Here we go.
From the gun, Levis. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Tennessee. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Power squib kick is taken in. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, then they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Achane again on 2nd. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their 1st. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that 1st. New set of downs for him at the 38. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. 3rd and long for him here. Vacates quickly left side. Now he's going to fire it deep left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Here we go.
Levis now on 1st down. That's going to be caught. Tony Pollard. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. It's Cater Kohu up to make that play.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Right side 4.
2nd and 4. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he can do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Like 54.
Levis throwing again. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing now on 1st down, Levis. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cater Kohu. And the Dolphins get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is clean, begging for some ball security. The other is simply...
That's cut at the 25! And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Jackson now to return it. He lost the football, and the fumble recovery is made. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, I wonder, Brock, who's got a birthday over on that sideline, because they got a gift to begin this 2nd half. Their offense getting an immediate chance to do something about this deficit.
And that gift...
Here's pressure, and he is dropped by the Titans. Offense in the hurry up here. Second half begins with a run by Achane. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play that time, and it'll be 3rd and 12. Motioning left is Berrios. Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Chased out to his right. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Aubrey puts it through, and that'll get him back to 11.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Set.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Hauled in left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Levis here on first down. Pass caught by Ridley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Mike zero.
Shotgun now for Levis. Pass taken in by Pollard. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
49, Mike 49.
This is Pollard running left. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Stop.
Right back to Pollard. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Mike 13.
Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense that just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Mike zero.
They'll go Levis. He connects downfield on 4. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Mike 54.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They give to Pollard from the gun. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Pollard on 1st and goal. Will take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans have likely locked up the win right there. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Safe. Go ahead.
Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. 2 now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. And that brings up 4th and long.
Go ahead. TX.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Trying to push it deep downfield. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Army. Right down, 49, Rick.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He's got it near the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
90.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Pollard hits the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans put up even more points in a win. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Folk, the kickoff for the Titans.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A-Chain on the inside give. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Going play action, Tagovailoa. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Hauled in by Waddle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play, and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the red zone now. Intercepted in the end zone. Quandre Diggs with the INT. And the Titans can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He puts some power on a deep one left. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they threw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. That one intended for Jalen Waddle. So that brings up second down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He's on the move. He's running with it. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in a game that's already decided.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So here in Nashville, the Titans come away with the win. And it was a maestro of a performance defensively, limiting them to only one field goal. Playing shutdown football like that, Brock, it is no surprise they came away with the win. And I think you'd agree, we see some more lockdown football in their future. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans are your winners as we say goodbye from Nashville.